Welcome to figaRRRo, a character Bible tool for AI film creators. Today I'm going to show you how to build a character Bible for a short film from scratch. Before we start, if you haven't installed figaRRRo yet or haven't set up your API keys, there's a separate tutorial for that. This one picks up where that one ends. The app is installed, the keys are in, and we're ready to go. The project is called The Dog. It's set in Iceland, and it has 3 characters: a stray dog named Thor, a 10-year-old girl named Sigga, and an old whale hunter named Gunnar. I already have one reference image for each of them, generated in Midjourney. I open figaRRRo as a Chrome sidebar, one click on the extension icon in the top right of the browser. The app opens as a panel next to my workspace. First, I create a new project. Click the plus next to the project selector, type The Dog, hit Enter. Every character I create from now on will automatically belong to this project. Then the 3 characters. Click plus, type the name. Enter. Loading reference images. I select Gunnar and switch to the Library tab. I drag the Midjourney image into the Upload area. It shows up in the grid immediately. figaRRRo then automatically analyzes the image with AI. After a few seconds, the visual profile in the Biography tab fills in: age, build, skin tone, hair, clothing, camera angle. Worth double-checking the results, especially for more stylized or illustrated images. Now, when I hover over an image in the library, 5 small buttons appear on the card. Let me go through them quickly. The diamond button runs an AI analysis on that specific image, useful if you added a new image later and want to update the visual profile with what the AI sees in that particular shot. The C button copies the image directly to your clipboard. This is one of the more practical features. Once the image is copied, I can switch to any other app: Weavy.ai, Higgsfield, Kling, Midjourney, and paste it with Command V. Let me show that quickly. I click the C button on Gunnar's reference image. I switch to Weavy.ai, click into the image input field, and hit Command V. The image pastes directly. No file saved, no upload dialog. Same thing works in Higgsfield, Kling, and most other tools that accept pasted images. It removes a lot of friction when you're switching between tools constantly. The Tit button is a drag handle. I can drag the image directly to my desktop or Finder if I need the file somewhere locally. The down arrow button downloads the image as a file, and the pencil button opens the metadata editor. Here I can manually set or correct the angle and shot size tags on the image. These tags are used by figaRRRo when building prompts and the character reference sheet, so it's worth keeping them accurate. I do the same for Sigga and Thor. Drop the images in, let the AI analyze, library set up for all 3 characters. Filling in the biography. I open the Bio tab for Thor. The visual profile is already there from the analysis. Below that, I have personal info for name, age, occupation, nationality. Then relationships, and notes for personality and backstory. Rather than typing everything by hand, I use the Import button. 2 options here. Import single character reads a document and fills in the biography for the currently selected character. Import project sheet is the more useful one when you have a full cast document. The AI reads it, detects all the characters, and asks me to match each one to a character in the project. Gunnar to Gunnar, Sigga to Sigga, Thor to Thor. I confirm, and all 3 biographies are filled in at once. It works well for clean, structured documents. For messier inputs, scattered notes, draft screenplays, it's hit or miss, and you'll likely need to clean things up manually afterwards. Supported file formats are PDF and TXT. Using figaRRRo without an API. figaRRRo doesn't require an API to be useful. You can use it purely as an organization tool. I switch to Sigga, go to the Library tab, and drag in an existing image, from Midjourney, from a mood board, from anywhere. I switch to the Bio tab and fill everything in by hand. Then I go to the Voice tab, browse the preset voices, find one that feels right for Siga, and click Use this voice. It's saved to the character. No API call, nothing generated, nothing sent anywhere. The voice is just noted as a reference for later. So, manual images, manual bio, voice saved as a reference. That's a perfectly valid way to use the app, especially at the start of a project before you've committed to generating anything. Generating images. I switch to the Generate tab. At the top is Prompt and Settings. Art style, additional prompt, aspect ratio, and resolution. 1K for fast drafts, 2K for more detail, 4K for maximum quality. Below that is the reference image selector. I pick which image from Gunner's library to use as the visual anchor. One practical recommendation here: use a full-body image with a neutral background. White or gray works best. The cleaner the background, the more consistently the model focuses on the character. A busy scene behind the subject tends to bleed into every generated variant. If you're preparing reference images in Midjourney, it's worth adding plain white background, full body, neutral studio lighting to your prompt from the start. It avoids a lot of unnecessary regeneration later. In single shot and grid, I pick an angle: front, 3/4, profile, back, overhead, low angle, and a shot size: close-up, medium, full body, or wide. And hit Generate. One image, the specific shot I asked for. There's also the 4x4 grid sheet. This generates a single image showing all angle and shot combinations at once. A quick overview of how the character reads from every direction. Good for early-stage development, when you want to assess the reference image before committing to a full batch. Batch Variants lets me select any combination from the full table, or hit All, 24, to generate everything, or Missing Only, to fill in the gaps. The estimated cost is shown before anything starts. Worth being upfront here. Batch generation takes time. Depending on how many variants you select, a full batch can take anywhere from several minutes to considerably longer. The model figaRRRo uses Nano Banana 2 on Replicate also gets overloaded during peak hours, which means you'll occasionally hit an error and have to wait or try again. It's not a figaRRRo issue specifically, just the reality of shared GPU infrastructure. The progress bar keeps you updated as images come in, and failed generations can simply be retried. Assigning voices. I select Gunner and open the Voice tab. At the top is the Voice Provider toggle, MiniMax or ElevenLabs Direct. MiniMax works with just a replicate key. ElevenLabs Direct gives access to personal and cloned voices, but requires an ElevenLabs subscription. Under Preset Voices, I filter by language and browse the options. I'm looking for a deep male voice, older, not too polished. After a few tries, I find one that works for Gunner. I click Use this voice, confirmed in green at the top of the panel. I test it by typing a line and clicking Generate Speech. The clip plays back in the app and is saved to Gunner's voice history. Clips can be played back or downloaded at any time. There's also an Import Voice ID option if you already have a specific voice ID from the MiniMax platform. For Siga, I use Clone a Voice. I upload a short audio recording, 30 seconds to 5 minutes. After processing, I click Use Cloned Voice, and it's linked to her character permanently. One voice cloning costs $3. Export, backup, and settings. API keys is where your Replicate and ElevenLabs keys are stored, locally on your device only, never sent anywhere except directly to the respective API. Backup and restore saves a complete snapshot of everything. All characters, all projects, all images, all audio, as a single JSON file. You can set a default folder so it always saves to the same place. Restoring is just selecting the file. There's also a project-level export if you only want to back up the dog on its own. Under Export, Character Pack creates a self-contained HTML file for the active character, reference images, biography, voice settings, sendable to anyone on the team, opens in any browser, nothing to install. Project Export gives me either an HTML presentation with all characters, useful for sharing with a director or production team, or a backup JSON to archive the entire project in one portable file. The character reference sheet compiles everything about a character into a single copyable text block, visual profile, biography, voice settings, image list, and notes on how to use the description in Midjourney, Kling, Higgsfield, DALL-E, and other tools. Click Copy, paste into any prompt. The database size is visible in the top right corner of the app at all times. figaRRRo stores everything locally in the browser, so no data goes to any external server beyond the API calls you explicitly make.
That's the core of figaRRRo. A structured place to keep your characters, whether you're using the generation features fully, partially, or not at all.